Welcome. Here we look at the Barbary slave trade, Europe's forgotten captives. Between the 16th and 19th centuries, North African corsairs enslaved an estimated 1 to 1.25 million Europeans in what historians call the Barbary slave trade. This Mediterranean phenomenon involved systematic raids on European coastal settlements and the capture of ships, creating a mirror image of the better-known Atlantic slave trade. The historical reality. From roughly 1530 to 1780, corsairs operating from the Barbary coast, modern-day Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, and Libya, conducted slave raids across the Mediterranean and beyond. These raiders, operating under the Ottoman Empire's umbrella, targeted coastal villages in Italy, Spain, France, and even reached as far as Iceland and the British Isles. Key researchers and scholars. Robert Davis, Ohio State University, produced groundbreaking research in his 2003 book, Christian Slaves, Muslim Masters, White Slavery in the Mediterranean, the Barbary Coast, and Italy, 1500 to 1800. Davis calculated that between 1 million and 1.25 million Europeans were enslaved during this period. Giles Milton documented these events in White Gold, The Extraordinary Story of Thomas Pellow and Islam's 1 Million White Slaves, 2004, focusing on individual captive experiences. Adrian Tinniswood examined the raids on England in Pirates of Barbary, Corsairs, Conquests, and Captivity in the 17th Century Mediterranean, 2010. Des Ekin detailed Irish raids in The Stolen Village, Baltimore and the Barbary Pirates, 2006. The mechanics of enslavement. Barbary corsairs operated sophisticated naval operations. They raided coastal towns at dawn, capturing entire populations. Victims were shackled and transported to slave markets in Algiers, Tunis, Tripoli, and Sale. Men became galley slaves, laborers, or construction workers. Women often became domestic servants or concubines. Children were sometimes converted to Islam and raised as janissaries. The most valuable captives were ransomed back to their families or governments. European nations and religious orders established redemptionist organizations specifically to buy back captives. However, many remained enslaved for life. The Baltimore Raid, a real story. On June 20, 1631, Algerian and Ottoman corsairs led by Dutch renegade Jan Jansoen attacked the Irish village of Baltimore in County Cork. The raid occurred at night. Pirates swept through the settlement, breaking into homes and dragging residents from their beds. They captured 107 villagers, men, women, and children. Only 2 ever returned to Ireland. The village never fully recovered its population. This single raid devastated an entire community, leaving behind traumatized survivors and empty homes. Contemporary accounts describe the terror: families separated on the docks, children crying for parents, the elderly unable to keep pace during the forced march to the ships. The captives endured a horrific sea journey to North Africa, packed in holds with minimal food and water. Mediterranean-wide impact. Italian coastal regions suffered extensively. Towns like Vieste lost 6,000 residents in a single 1554 raid. The Spanish coast saw systematic depopulation as residents fled inland. Coastal watchtowers still dot Mediterranean shores, remnants of early warning systems against slave raiders. In 1627, corsairs raided Iceland, capturing around 400 people from remote fishing villages. In 1631, raiders struck Cornwall, England. Even major cities weren't immune. In 1558, corsairs captured 7,000 people near the Bay of Naples. The American Connection. The Barbary states demanded tribute from nations whose ships sailed the Mediterranean. After American independence, U.S. merchant vessels lost British naval protection. Barbary corsairs began capturing American ships and enslaving crews. By 1785, Algerian corsairs had captured American vessels. The crisis escalated through the 1790s. The United States paid enormous ransoms, $1 million to Algiers alone, roughly 20% of the federal budget in 1800. Thomas Jefferson's War. As president, Jefferson refused further tribute. In 1801, the Pasha of Tripoli declared war on the United States. This sparked the First Barbary War, 1801 to 1805. The U.S. Navy and Marines fought North African forces, leading to the famous line, "To the shores of Tripoli," in the Marine Corps hymn. The Second Barbary War, 1815, effectively ended American tribute payments and significantly reduced Barbary slaving operations against Western ships. Historical context and complexity. This history doesn't flip any narrative, it adds complexity. Multiple slave systems existed simultaneously across different regions and periods. The Atlantic slave trade was larger in scale, longer in duration, and had profound lasting impacts on demographics and institutions. The Barbary trade was part of Mediterranean slavery traditions dating to ancient times. Many corsairs were themselves renegades, European converts to Islam. The system was partly economic, partly political, operating within Ottoman power structures. The end of Barbary slavery. European naval power gradually suppressed Barbary corsairing. France's colonization of Algeria in 1830 effectively ended the trade. However, the historical memory faded in Western Europe while remaining vivid in affected communities. The Barbary slave trade represents a significant historical episode demonstrating that enslavement was practiced across cultures, religions, and races throughout history. Understanding this complexity enriches rather than diminishes our comprehension of slavery's global legacy.